Hello and welcome to Bahrain Now, your source of local initiatives, happenings, talents, and trends. I'm your host, Khalid Hijris, here to walk you through our exciting lineup of segments and personalities from around Bahrain. So don't go away, we'll be right back. INJAZ is an entity that broke no introductions. Its continuous support of Bahraini youth has led to the actualization of many innovative ideas. Among these innovations is Farz, a development by 19 students from the American University of Bahrain. Farz is a revolutionary waste management system that categorizes waste at disposal. With a signature microprocessor, this multifaceted approach to waste management pictures and categorizes waste accordingly. To tell us more about that, we have with us Habiba Maher, the CEO, Mohammed Mansour, VP of Product Development, and Azzam Al-Awali, Marketing Officer. Welcome, how are you guys doing today?
Alhamdulillah, thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure to have you guys. I mean, this is a very futuristic idea, and I think it's something that I think we can all agree is something that we can all benefit from across multiple levels. Now, how exactly did this concept and idea come about?
To share more about the brainstorming process, there's like a brainstorming phase in the INJAZ Bahrain's company program, in which all the 19 students got together, started talking about issues we were facing, and we noticed something, that the recycle bins around our university in particular were not being used correctly, and you'd find paper in the plastic container and so on and so forth, and we decided to investigate it further by going out and looking at malls and looking at this. And most of the time, if you care to look inside a recycle bin, you'll see that things aren't categorized correctly, which also leads to a time-consuming manual labor process in order to sort waste. Therefore, we decided, why not tackle the problem at the point of disposal? And that's how we came up with Farz.
I really like that idea because I always think like the best ideas are the ones that just take something that is so like everyday and finds a way to make it so much more efficient, and I think you guys very clearly succeeded at that. Now, in layman's terms, especially for people like me, have no idea how this stuff works behind the scenes. Can you tell us a little bit about how Farz works?
So Farz is the service that we provide. We provide solutions, waste management solutions, and what we started with, like Habib has said, we started with producing smart waste bins that sort at the point of disposal. So what we have done is that we have set up a structure where whenever a person that puts the product, it would scan it with the help of computer vision and a machine learning model that we have trained, integrated with a microprocessor Raspberry Pi called the Raspberry Pi, which will automatically classify the product that is being scanned, and then automatically, based on the programming that we have made, it will dispose it to the right slot.
Now, I'm a little bit curious about the name Raspberry Pi. That's quite a catchy and, quite a witty name. How did that come about?
Absolutely. So the Raspberry Pi, it is one of the leading microprocessors nowadays. It is known for its adaptability and its easy of integration with other electronics. So we have decided to use it because of its ability to streamline it into our very own products, and for its user-friendly abilities as well.
Well, I mean, that just, again, it all sounds so incredible to me, and it sounds like something out of like a movie, you know what I mean? Like, it is really something that takes something so important, like recycling, and then really streamlines the entire process. Now, I'm sure that this entire experience was not without challenges, right? Can you guys tell us a little bit about what challenges you faced and how you overcame them?
I would say some of the challenges we faced were with funds in the beginning. As students of the university, we had to find unique ways to fund our production of the product without actually just going and asking people to invest in us. It's just an idea at that point. No one will invest money into an idea without seeing a prototype or anything that proves that this could be done, and we are actually willing to do it, and we will put in the work. So we created 2 football tournaments. The first one was mostly around the football, but the second one was a festival. Those tournaments were a really nice challenge, having to contact different vendors, different how to get, like, from the marketing perspective, we had to find a lot of people to come to the event in the first place, and we found it challenging in the beginning, but when the event happened, we noticed the outcome and how many people came to the event, and we were really satisfied with the outcome and all. We got, like, even though we charged people to come to spectate the matches, it helped us with the fundraising for the product, and the second event, it was just to make sure people know Farz and know about Farz and have social places where we are present. In the future, we hope we could join events and showcase our product to the public and show them the idea that we had and made it a reality.
That's really beautifully said, and I really like that there's such an integration of multiple things that go into this, because when you see the end product, you kind of have an idea in your mind as a consumer. You just think you think this is technical or something. You don't really think about the social or the aspects about, for example, raising awareness or bringing the community together. So I mean, I think that is actually, for me, it's incredible that you guys managed to take something like football and then somehow integrate it into the process of the system. Now, I want to ask you guys a little bit. I mean, clearly this is something that means a lot to you guys. You clearly went through the effort of coming up with Farz. Can you tell us a little bit, for you guys as the youth of Bahrain, what it means to be able to contribute to making stuff a bit greener or to be more environmentally friendly?
I mean, to start, youth entrepreneurship basically drives the future in terms of pioneering our economy in the future. Because as we know in Bahrain, the SMEs, small to medium enterprises sector, is really being boosted throughout the years. And also approaching 2030 and also with Bahrain's Net Zero 2060 goals, it is important for us as the youth to be aware of these goals and understand how we as a community and we as individuals can aid into achieving that goal. And that was really one thing that we really focused on going into Farz, was how to contribute to the sustainability of Bahrain while also remaining profitable and contributing to the economy. And I think that's truly interesting, and truly Injaz has given us the environment to kind of build that and have access to mentorship and understand what having a business or having a company really entails. And yeah, I think it's truly a step towards a greener future.
Brilliantly said. And now I'm a little bit more curious about your individual roles within the company. So starting with you, Mohammed, what was a day in the life basically like for you during the process of developing Farz?
Okay, so the thing about production is that every day is different because there are many steps that happen to do with producing a final product. You start, for example, with actually developing that idea. How do we make something that disposes automatically, autonomously? So you have to think of every single piece to make that final artistic picture. So we started, for example, with sketching, seeing what are the ideas that we can work with, and after that sketching, we had to 3D render it to see, to use some software to see what can actually be integrated, and we can have a bigger picture into what can we do. And then, for example, we also had to contact and see what are the sources and contractors that we can seek so that we can produce that product. We also have seen, for example, challenges into, for example, making that machine learning model. It took us plenty of days, lots of trial and errors to reach to that model. So it involved many things. Another thing, for example, that we have seen was programming the electronics. So each and every day it has its own thing. Each and every day has its own challenge, and we try to tackle it. Sometimes sometimes it doesn't go well, and so you might need to go back to square one, get back to the planning stage once again. So it was a continuous loop of improvements, of course, and yeah, we have learned a lot from it. It was a self-learning process.
Brilliant, yeah, I can imagine. I mean, that description sounds quite exciting. And how about for you, Azam?
To be honest, I joined Injaz Because I saw my cousin, he was the year prior to me in the competition. I saw how his personality built, how his skills and knowledge about like the industry he is in or other industries, and I thought to myself that I wanted like to develop my skills and like grow into a better person, like learn more stuff, and Jaws helped me out really. It helped me out so much. I joined the program without knowing anything about like my major. I am the digital marketing major. However, I learned how to self-learn. For example, I learned how to edit videos, how to develop websites and like design them. And a lot of those things I wouldn't have went out of my way to do them without INJAZ and the company program and the opportunity. Talking with people, I became more social. It was a hard barrier to break, but once I broke it, I felt so much better about it, and I wasn't really like scared anymore to talk to people I never seen before or never talked to. I was like, I knew everyone, and like I didn't mind like going to a public place just to invite people to come to our event and give Farz an opportunity and learn more about Farz and talk out to the public about Farz.
It's really nice to see that the effect that this experience has had on you guys, like a really positive effect in teaching you guys a lot through, again, very different facets, like whether it comes to the practical side of things or the social side. And how about you, Habiba?
Well, I'd like to think that every day is a learning experience. Every day I'd be, very hands-on with a certain department, whether it be marketing, product development, HR. I found it very fun. Every day was a new adventure in terms of the company and in terms of what am I gonna find out or learn today. And I think that a really interesting part of leading a company is not how well, let's say for example, the outcome is, if you win or lose or whatever it is, but it's the learning experience. And that's something I really emphasize on from the first day. And I studied how a lot of startups, successful startups, go into the global, global market. And a lot of these startups have a very equal hierarchical structure. And that's what I tried my best to implement at Farz, where at sometimes it would feel like we are all leading the company. And I think that that's truly inspirational to do, especially when you're in an environment where everyone is eager to learn and has that passion to move forward and tackle on the day. Like some days you wouldn't feel like getting up and going and dealing with the issues that come with leading a company. However, the people around you really drive you to it. As you see their passion, like I see Mohammed, I see Azam, other people in the team, they always have that eagerness to learn and that eagerness to continue and push through. And yeah, that's basically how every day was: constant WhatsApp messages, calls, and making sure that everyone is happy and comfortable, because at the end of the day, it has to be a healthy space and a healthy learning space in order for everyone to truly benefit from the program.
You know, we've had many different teams from INJAZ here on the show, and it's really incredible to see the shared experience. Though each experience carries its own kind of unique flavor to it, there is common ground. And a lot of people come out of it feeling more confident, or they feel like they've experienced a lot more things than they would have ordinarily. And personally, I think it's fascinating, and it's so incredible to think that all of these opportunities are available to the youth of Bahrain. Now, on that note, I know that INJAZ themselves and your university, the American University of Bahrain, have supported you guys a lot throughout this experience. Now, Azam, you talked a little bit about this earlier, but how do you guys all value the support of INJAZ Bahrain and the American University of Bahrain?
Okay, so I really believe that INJAZ Bahrain is doing a great job at empowering the youth, and because if you take a look at it, all of those startups, let's talk about 30 plus startups that were just run by students from scratch, from A to Z. Think about it is that you're making the youth being exposed to real life experiences that they might not experience until they on a later time or not even at all. So when you have just a hint of how is it going to be like when in the entrepreneurship world, it gives you a fascinating insight, and it just gives you a boost. It gives you an idea. It makes you feel more prepared to the outside world. And like as Am said earlier, that like the professional character that you might be before the start of INJAZ Bahrain and the end, it's totally it's totally empowering, because you would feel the change later on, because you learn many lessons throughout. You've seen many ups and lows throughout this experience. So yeah, I agree that like INJAZ Bahrain is doing like a great job, and like I really hope to see more and more programs like that.
Brilliantly said.
To add to Mohammed's points, the INJAZ company program is a really good program to showcase how a company actually is. As a person who never had the opportunity to internship yet or be in a company, it showed me how communication in a company is, how issues that you face in a company could be resolved, and how to work as a team and work together in order to provide something that was never done before, or you never thought about it until you all connected 19 different people connected their minds just to come out with this product that less than a year ago we didn't know that it could be done. And the American University, our university, did a lot for us. The facilities, the D-Lab, production team were like almost living there like 24 hours all the time, and I always went to check up on them, because I don't know if they're all right at that point, because it's like 12 hours a day working, and like even the football pitch for the events and stuff, they helped us out really by using the facilities in the university, and they were always there backing us up by for investing in the company, saying that they want the first product that is sold to be inside the campus, to showcase that our students provide those opportunities, and to motivate students to join programs like the INJAZ company program.
Thank you very much for that.
Well, you know, INJAZ has been a part of my entrepreneurial journey ever since I was 13 in intermediate school, where they'd offer like those mini programs on how to manage money, or let's say, for example, how to understand economics and all that. And it's truly shaped who I am today and how I view business and entrepreneurship. And I'm sure they're aware of this, but I'm forever grateful for these experiences. And you don't truly understand the value of these, let's say, for example, sessions or programs until you're older and you're looking at the job markets, and you understand how far ahead you are when compared to everyone else in terms of business knowledge and understanding entrepreneurship and understanding, let's say, for example, financial literacy. And I think that's truly important when it comes to the INJAZ journey as a whole, as a student. When looking at the American University of Bahrain, of course, they have helped us so much. They have guided us through every step of the way. Sometimes we'd have like a wire burn up and we'd go crying to one of our facilities managers, and they'd provide us with 10 more. They offered us a space for us to build and work. And the first time we ever pitched the company was to the American University's board. And they've given us that opportunity to truly review our first report and review our pitch and ask us questions that we might have not thought of. And they've truly provided us with the facilities and everything we wanted and needed and more. And for that, I'm forever grateful for them, because they have truly allowed us to experiment a lot, especially with 3D printing. The D-Lab has allowed us to 3D print a lot free of charge, which is insane to think about considering the amount of material we've used, but that all shows how they believe in their students' capabilities and how they believe in excellence. And I truly, truly appreciate it.
On that very heartwarming note, I must add, what advice would you give to anybody looking to follow in your footsteps?
Me personally, I would tell them, join the program. Like, I joined the INJAZ company program without a team, and I just joined because I saw my cousin, like he joined the program and he developed and everything, I said, why not? I joined alone, and guys here welcomed me into their team from the first day, the orientation day about the company program, and I learned a lot. I developed so many skills that I never thought I would develop like in this short time, and having the actual experience in front of you, it helps you develop and overcome problems that you might never face, but only if you run into them, you know the solution to them. So now I know how to deal with problems that might pop out of nowhere, and just how to deal with them in a better way and a more optimized way, without wasting any time or like saying, oh, it's something I can't deal with. Everything is you could go through anything if you have the good team, great team with you.
Great skills to have. Anyone else?
Okay, I'll go for it. I always advise my friends, my siblings to join the INJAZ company program. My sister joined it this year. I'd say it's just because of how it shaped me as a person and how it allowed me to grow and develop my character. I always advise people to go for it and to join. You know, INJAZ gives you that opportunity to experiment with entrepreneurship with no risks involved. I mean, you don't have to go and set up a whole legal foundation for your business and then find out that, oh, it's failed. No, you can go into the INJAZ company program, set up that entire business without any legal processes, experiment and try and learn without any consequences. And let's say, for example, the program ends and you find yourself that this is a successful business, you can go on and develop that business, or you can go ahead and start another business. Therefore, I always advise people to go for it. Another advice I'd give people is to always ask. I mean, the opportunities we've got in our university, half of them are given to us and the other half we've asked for. So you never know what, you know, your support system is willing to give you. And I'd always advise them to ask and go search for these correct environments that are willing to support students and willing to put students at the forefront of their, let's say, for example, of their excellence, of their learning, of their teaching and guidance, because at the end of the day, the environment you in can either determine whether you grow or you don't.
That is amazingly said. Thank you guys again so much for joining us today. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with next. I think Farz has a very bright future, especially with such bright minds behind it, and we hope to see you guys again in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you
so much.
So ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, empowered by the means through the use of entities such as INJAZ or through the universities in Bahrain, the youth of Bahrain have many capabilities and many platforms through which they can make those capabilities known. Stay tuned for more on Bahrain Now. And now let's take a look at what's going on beyond the studio in the following report.
Under the patronage of His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports First Deputy Chairman, General Sports Authority Chairman, and Bahrain Olympic Committee President, the Ministry of Information has launched, in cooperation with the Gulf Radio and Television Organization, the El Dana Drama Award, in conjunction with the 16th edition of the Gulf Radio and Television Festival. The El Dana Drama Award, with cash prizes estimated at $110,000, is granted in 9 categories, namely the Best Dramatic Work, Social Series, Comedy Series, the Best Actor in a Leading Role, the Best Actress in a Leading Role, the Best Rising Actor, Young Actress, the Best Soundtrack, the Best Script, and the Best Director. Also on the sidelines of the Gulf Radio and Television Festival, Dr. Ramzan bin Abdallah Al Naimi, Minister of Information, opened the 16th Gulf Radio and Television Festival production market. The market includes pavilions of participating public and private Gulf and Arab organizations, production companies, in addition to the broadcasting and transmission devices and modern technologies that were displayed. The Gulf Radio and Television Festival production market is considered a platform for sharing expertise, productive interaction, promoting cooperation, and showcasing advancements in broadcast technologies.
Abdurrahman Kano International School held its 15th graduation ceremony with the attendance of the Minister of Education Dr. Mohammed bin Mubarak Jama. During the ceremony, the school announced a further Abdurrahman Kano Award scholarship and excellence in IB as a belief that investing in education can yield significant long-term benefits for both the individual and society as a whole. The ceremony saw the graduation of students from all levels with high achievements.
We're absolutely thrilled to have our 15th graduation this year. We have such a wonderful collection of students graduating, and they're going abroad to study various different degrees, from aviation to law, economics, and many are choosing to study at the fantastic universities in Bahrain as well. We're thrilled that our graduating cohort really embody the values that we push at ARKIS, and also that they continue in our late founder's memory and his vision and mission for the country of Bahrain. So we wish them all the best. We will miss them, and we look forward to seeing their great achievements in their future endeavors.
If I was going to describe today's graduation in one day, I would say fascinating. Just how much this word has a meaning to me, because this graduation doesn't just encapsulate us finishing high school or school, it shows how much we've reached, how far our memories have made it. I'm just so happy that the school was able to give us such a nice opportunity and endless other possibilities in school. And my plans in the future is, inshallah, pursuing aerospace engineering in Emirat, inshallah. And I hope that every graduate here is able to realize their dream, and every graduate here is able to become the person that they dreamt of. And one day we'll look back at our graduation and we'll see how really, really far we've come.
It's a tremendous honor for me to represent my batch this year, and I would like to hopefully become a future architect. And I would like to thank my school for their tremendous efforts in allowing me to reach this point and to be able to gain a lot of knowledge and skill to be able to hopefully go to college and become the dream person I want to be.
The Bahrain Center for Strategic International and Energy Studies Darasat, in association with the United States Embassy in the Kingdom of Bahrain, hosted Dr. Lawrence Jones for the first time in Bahrain. Dr. Lawrence is the Senior Vice President for International Programs at Edison Electric Institute in the United States, an award-winning thought leader in the energy industry and a practitioner with over 25 years of experience in the energy industry.
It's a pleasure to be here in Bahrain to have this conversation about unlocking electricity diplomacy and what it means for the energy transition going forward. Being here in Bahrain, where there's a lot of work being done between Bahrain and the United States in terms of collaboration around just not the scientific aspect of this collaboration, but also being able to understand how we can share knowledge. And so my being here this week is to talk about diplomacy from the standpoint of electricity and just emphasize the importance of the relationship between Bahrain and the United States, especially as it relates to this institute and the Edison Electric Institute where I work, looking forward to see how we can share best practices and exchange knowledge and ideas. And so I'm excited about being here, and I look forward to the conversations during this week.
So today we are hosting Dr. Jones Lawrence, and Vice President of Edison Electric Institute, to talk about the electricity diplomacy and its impact in the world, and how we can catalyze a worldwide transition to more sustainable practice. This ongoing initiative is a partnership between Durasat and U.S. Embassy. We are looking to increase the cooperations and bilateral relations between two friendly countries. And we are having this, we are arranging several lectures, workshops, to facilitate the discussions and knowledge exchange between Bahraini experts as well as American experts.
Dr. Lawrence delivered a lecture on unlocking the value of electricity diplomacy to a group of attendees who were interested in energy industry. The lecture aimed to underscore how electricity diplomacy, by fostering collaboration and mutual understanding among nations, can help mitigate the impact of geopolitical challenges, ensure the stability and resilience of energy system, and promote sustainable development.
Today we've hosted a lecture on unlocking the value of electricity diplomacy in a fractured world, which comes at a both timely and critical manner as the world is navigating a new era of rapid technological advancements and various geopolitical tensions. And the world is constantly looking at energy for bridging these divides and promoting international collaboration. Now, this comes in a series of workshops and lectures that Dirasat's hosting, as we're focusing on addressing the targets of the kingdom in terms of the energy transition and achieving net zero goals.
His visit to Bahrain comes in line with joint cooperation between the two countries to knowledge sharing, skills development, promotion of innovation, and to strengthen bilateral collaboration in the field of energy and electricity.
This brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you for watching. You can always reach out to us on our social media accounts shown below. We love to hear from you. This was Khalid Hijris, and until next time, good night and God bless.